Pre-game, you know what I mean, chill for a little bit. You know, then we'll start getting. Then we'll start getting into it.
Okay, let me share it while we sitting here.
Yeah, I already got you tagged in it. Like I said, I'm gonna edit some of this stuff out of it. Yeah, that's good. Yes, indeed. This is Hood Politics Part 5, starring TAVONNE. You already know what it is, man. Victorious Music in the building.
Yeah, we're in the little zone.
Yeah, the little studio setting, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They banging out them heaters, you know what I'm saying?
LYNX came over and caught me making you're in bang outs.
Yeah, I already know, man. We'll get us a few more minutes, man. Let the people chime in, man. Hit that share button. Throw them thumbs up, man. Let us know how we looking out there. You know what I mean? How we sound out there. We good? This is Hood Politics Part 5, starring DJ.TAVONNE. We got about another 2 more minutes, man. Then we're going to go ahead and kick this thing off. That's what I'm talking about. Throw them thumbs up. Throw them thumbs up. How we sound out there. Don't forget, hit that share button. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Hood Politics, man.
Yeah, we're going to talk real heavy on this one.
Real heavy.
Tell some real shit.
Uh-huh. See what I'm saying? He don't even do this all the time. You feel me? This is
me. That's my man right here.
Yeah, this is a blessing, man. Big bro did this for me. You know what I mean?
I don't even like talking. Unless I'm drunk.
You know what I mean?
It was great. I appreciate you asking me, man.
Man, it's not a problem, man. We're definitely blessed, man. And like I said, you know, we got to give you your roses while you're here, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely appreciate it.
You know, do it now. That's one thing about us black people, man. Appreciate the ones that came before you and the ones that setting a path and setting a trend, man.
Definitely appreciate it, man.
Give them your roses. What up, Smack in the building? One more minute, we about to kick this off, man. Hood Politics Part 5, starring DJ.TAVONNE. Hit that share button. Throw them thumbs up. If you're in the building, throw them thumbs up. Yeah, man. Better get this thing live.
Good? Oh, yeah, shit. That's another X-ray over there.
All right.
See you on that stand. Yeah, I got smoke.
Yes, indeed. This is Hood Politics Part 5, starring DJ.TAVONNE. You already know what it is. Victorious Music in the building.
For those who don't know, LYNX with the crew too, so stop playing.
Yeah, you already know, man.
I mean, Cheese hiding, but
Yeah, Cheese in the background. He don't want to be on camera right now. I tried to pull him for a 2-for-1, man. He didn't want to give me a 2-for-1. You know what I mean? God, I know he got a few stories. Especially if something I wanted to ask you anyway from a story from the Part 4. Cause you know Ill Kid put you in this story. So I got to get that side of you. But I might just get him later on, y'all. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna bother him right now.
We're gonna do this in a minute because it's some shit that probably intertwines both of us.
Okay, all right, no problem.
I'm quite sure.
All right.
Because there's a lot of shit. Cause I was just talking about it earlier. Cause what was we talking about? Oh yeah, the video. The interview. I was like, yo, yeah, we saying some shit. So I'm like, yeah, some real shit. So.
Oh yeah. You know what I mean? I try to keep it grounded for the folks, man. We ain't gonna talk about nothing but the realest.
Yeah, that's my nigga.
And if you don't want to talk about it, just say that because we do not like to incriminate anyone. This is Hood Politics. But let's go ahead and get this started off, man. Once again, this is Hood Politics Part 5, starring DJ.TAVONNE. What up, bro?
Shit, chilling, man. Chilling. Just in the lab, man, working on some shit. You know what I'm saying? I do beats. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, you got
beats more than DJing right now. You know what I'm saying?
That's what it is. I don't know if you know, man, but definitely, man, he's been heavy in the production, and of course, you one of the, you know what I mean? How could I say, one of the OGs in this game as far as with DJing, man. Like, you know, we definitely gotta salute you and tip our hat to you for that.
Appreciate it, man.
But
long road, you know.
Okay, for a lot of people who don't know exactly who you are, why don't you give them a breakdown of, I mean, where you from and where you came up?
Okay, yeah, definitely. I'm from the West Side. I'm from Jersey Road, Jersey Heights, Heron Lane to be exact. You know what I'm saying? Reservation projects, all that shit. The hood. That's where I'm from, man.
That's what it is.
Been there since like fucking 77, so I'm putting my age out there.
Oh.
You know, I'm older than that. That's how long I've been out there, though.
Yes.
Yeah, it's all good though.
Definitely. When did you get inspired? You know what I'm saying? Well, how can I say? When was you touched by music or by hip hop, man?
Since I can remember, actually, my uncle and my mom used to buy records. And I would just listen to them. I put headphones on. This back when they had a big Radio Shack, gray ass headphones and shit. I just listen to them shits, and my mom and them, like, I just play records for everybody. I never thought about DJing though. And when I was 10, I was listening, watching MTV, and they had Run DMC on there, and they did Here We Go and Jam Master Jay, that record.
Yes.
And he was going, and I was in the living room. My mom's happened to walk by. And I'm like, Mom, I want those for Christmas. And this was like probably September or something. I was like, what, record players? And I'm like, yeah. So, I got record players. You know what I'm saying? And they wasn't turntables back then because I had some bullshit. It was like some realistic belt drive turntables. And mix it with no crossfader. Realistic.
Yeah, with just the lines.
Yeah, that's it. Up and down. But I was like, I turned the mixer sideways. It's scratch like that. So I got into it really, and I met Ron. I was 10. And he was like, yo, I used to do remixes. I had a little drum machine, and I 2 tape decks. This was before like 4 tracks and shit. And I would take like acapellas and put different beats to a drum beat on the drum machine. I had a little boss drum machine, and I put like melodies from old songs. And he was like, yo, that remix, how can I play them on the radio? Not knowing he worked at JDY at the time, which a lot of people, young people don't know about WJDY. But and then he started playing my remixes, and he was like, you just come to the station one day. So I came to the station with him. It was over. It was on after that, you know what I'm saying? It was on. Shit, I've been on the radio since 92.
92?
Yeah. It's crazy.
That's a long run, man. Long run.
It was because they're great people, you know what I'm saying? I met So Funky, West. And when I met him, he had me playing fucking from the Bay Bridge that way to the Bay Bridge that way.
Yeah, I was definitely gonna ask you when you got introduced to the party scene and the club scene.
I started 16, I think. I played with Westside Crash Crew first. Okay. But they already had a lot of DJs, you know what I'm saying? Big shout out to all them, like Danny Postley, Pierce, all these guys was playing way before me. And then it was like this group called Total Experience. Rest in peace to Vessi too. And my man Keith, they from my neighborhood. They used to do block parties. And I'm like, yo, they killing this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, who the fuck is these niggas? So I started looking at the records, like, what are they playing? I was just like, yo, Mom, I need to buy this record. I would eat lunch, buy records. And then probably listening to them, I played with, like I said, I played with Westside. They're just a learning experience. And I ended up playing with Sneed, a lot of people don't know. Oh, okay. I played with Sneed for like 2 weeks. Because he had his sons, I think, Jimmy and Jeff, I think the name was. And I'm like, oh, he was like, yeah, you can't play this, don't play this, Jimmy and Jeff can play this. I'm like, oh, okay. This ain't the place for me, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I gotta do me. Yeah. So like, maybe the club ain't for me, you know what I'm saying? So I fell back for like a year. And then my cousin Merv introduced me to So Funky. And that's when I started like really popping. At the time though, I was actually on the radio, but nobody knew it. You know? I used a fake name.
Oh, okay. What name did you go by at the time?
Wow.
I'm too old to remember.
Yeah, I remember it. It's just fucked up.
Oh, okay.
The name was ugly, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, Ron gave me the name. He was joking because he said, actually, I'll tell the truth. I used to do these mixes. He's like, yeah. And back then, flavor was real hard. So he's like, yo, man, that shit is flavor. Like, he's gonna call you the flavor giver.
The flavor giver.
Yeah, it's just corny now, you know what I'm saying? But mind you, this is like 90, 91, you know what I'm saying? So, and they had a flavor unit at the time and all that shit. So flavor was like the word.
The trending word at the time.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. And I'm glad I went with my real name. You know what I'm saying? But my brother told me that shit. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to my brother Vic, man.
Yeah, definitely, man. That's another thing I wanted to get into, man. He was a very positive guy. It was one situation, and this is the first time I can actually say I sat down and I had a conversation with him. This was at the time of the Club Platinum days.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And y'all came through the DJ at one event, and we was downstairs in the back room, and
I think I remember that shit.
Yeah, like it was something about, man, his energy, everything was just, man, he was a real good guy, man. And I remember we said we was gonna definitely keep in contact and keep in touch, man. And you know, some things happen, but you know what I mean. Rest in peace, man, to your brother, definitely.
But he the one that told me use TAVONNE.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying, I remember one day I was sitting in the kitchen, and I was trying to come up with names.
Yeah.
He's like, man, nigga, be you. I was like, what you mean? Like, nigga, TAVONNE different enough. Be you. And I was like, yeah, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Be me. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, just everything you do, just be you. He said, when you straight from being you, then quit.
Mm-hmm.
And I took that shit. And mind you, he's younger than me. He's younger than me. He's a year and a half younger than me. So I'm like, this nigga spitting.
Yeah, he was telling you some like, real stuff even back then.
And I just started like, when I got with Wes, it was like over. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I'm just build myself. And then Wes stopped. You know, he quit. And I remember him quitting. I was like, damn, I don't talk on the mic. I'm like, what the fuck I'm gonna do? Because I was so used to having that.
The hype man or that person.
Yeah. He can kind of got it, but I'm like, I'm gonna change tempo or something. He could make it work.
Break it down.
Yeah, so I'm like, how am I gonna do this without this man that's always on my right? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm just gonna run records. I'm just gonna play hard shit. I'm saying, I'm gonna do like, I remember going to the club, niggas was playing like just the breakbeat records and shit. I'm like, man, nigga, I'm gonna play Mobb Deep. I'm gonna play LYNX. I'm gonna play all this hard shit. To set myself apart.
From the other DJs.
Yeah, because I'm like, these niggas just playing like Puerto Rico. It's dope. I'm not playing that right now. I'm gonna play the hard shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's over. You know?
The crowd took to
because it was playing the shit that you rode to. You know what I'm saying? Like if niggas wasn't riding the Jackal the Bear. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not riding that shit. I mean, niggas in my neighborhood was riding the fucking shook ones and throw your guns in the air and shit. So I'm like, niggas ain't playing this shit in the club. Niggas was playing like Yabba Dabba Doo.
Yeah. Number party and dance records.
But I'm like, that's not what I listen to, and that's not what the people around me listen to. So I'm like, yo, they dope, but they not. But they don't get me hype. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, they just like, yeah, it's so cool. So I'm like, man, I'm just gonna play hard shit. It's over.
Over from there.
It's over. I got in the radio. Like, people don't realize this, but I was the first black person that had his own show, you know what I'm saying, like mix show, you know what I'm saying, because I got so I worked on OC104 first, well, outside of JDY.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about the breakdown, because it's a few stations that you've been affiliated with.
I was on, well, I started on JDY, but I didn't mix on there. Okay. Just was on there person. They had a shift 10 to 6 on Saturdays. Nobody wanted it. Shit, I'll take it. You know what I mean? So I got my foot wet with that. Then I sold the station to Disney at the time. They Clear Channel on it now, but and I got a call from Bookie. You remember Bookie? 104. So I'm like, how the fuck you get my number? You know? So yo, hold on, come talk to me. And the station was in Willieville, which is like going towards Berlin. Yeah. So I'm like, what the fuck you want? So he's like, yo, you want to do a 5 o'clock in an old school mix? I'm like, old school mix? I'm like 22. I don't know old school. You know what I'm saying? Like you can do it. I did it. And to get fired though. I played a Public Enemy record. And I think at the time that wasn't what OC104 was about. Yeah. So I'm like, fuck it. It is what it is. Magic came. Like 2 days later. And they was like, yo, we got a station here coming around here. It's called Magic 98.9. And at the time, Bill Baker was working there, Brian, there's a few other people. But nobody really know them people. But did like I did a 5 o'clock mix there, and Ron was pushing for it. Ron was like, get this nigga his own show. And then again, Saturday night, I forgot what it's called, but the Saturday night mix, it was 8 to 12, I think it was. God, that shit getting crazy. So like, yo, we want to do a Friday night. So I'm like, damn, I'm not doing both nights. I'm like, at the time, I still work, still DJing. I'm like, I'm not doing both nights.
Yeah, it was a lot of time to invest.
So like, they were like, you know, somebody else can do it. And I brought Ski and Marley.
Big shout out to Ski. What up, Ski?
Yeah. And I brought them on. They was the young guns. You know, they was young niggas at the time. And then they did it for a while. Then we ended up bringing R on, and he took the Fridays. Yeah. When he took the Fridays, and I was on Saturday.
Ball game.
It was crazy.
Ball game.
The numbers was like. Actually, people don't even know this, and I don't even tell people. my mix show right now is still #1 right now, and I only do an old school mix. So, I don't do that shit. I don't go on Facebook and be like, yo, nigga, I got the #1 show. This
and bragging, yeah.
Not my thing.
You let your skills speak for itself.
Yeah. I mean, it's not even that, man. I just feel like it's bigger than me. It's a conglomerate. You know what I'm saying?
A team of people that brought it to that point.
Yeah, because I mean, like my man Bun, like he's the one that kind of like, even though he's younger than me, I met him through my brother too. A lot of people don't know, but we from the same neighborhood, but he was younger than me, so I never paid no mind. You know, he a young nigga. He came to my house one day, and I was scratching this EPMD record, and he just had this vision, like, yo, nigga, you could be way bigger than you are. And I'm like, what the fuck this little nigga talking about? I think he was like 16, 17 that time. And I was like, yo, I like him though. I said, yo, and I had to play we used to do this shit called Mingles on Mondays. I don't know if people remember that shit. And he used to bring strippers down. And then the men couldn't come in until 12, but it was women all until 12, and it was the regular party was 12 to 2. So I started bringing him with me, and he just was telling me shit. I'm like, yo, this little nigga is smart, you know what I'm saying? Like, you do this, you just do paperwork on this, you get this and get this and get that. And I'm like, then it was me and him, you know what I'm saying? And shit was like crazy. And now he's a fucking station operation manager, you know what I'm saying? So,
wow.
Say that shit. You know, he worked at Clear Channel too, so you know what I'm saying?
Okay. Definitely, man. So, all right. Well, of course, man. You know what I mean? I got to get your take on the one side of the story. You know, the mixtape situation with L. I got to know about that. I got to get your side of the story because I know he was a young and up and coming person that was, you know, coming out, and he targeted you for a reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know, the funny thing is that I never knew him. I never heard of him. You know what I'm saying? At that time, you know, I might have. I think he was like 17 or something like that. I was like 22 or 23. So when I never heard it, and then one of my homeboys was like, "Yo, this nigga called you a bitch on the mixtape." So, why? You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I don't fuck with nobody, so I'm like, so he's like, "Yo, I'm gonna get you the mixtape." He got it to me, played it. I'm like, who is it? You know what I mean? I didn't know him. You know what I'm saying? And then so I asked people, they're like, yo, it's Kid Isaac. I think he go to Bennett or something. So I'm like, oh, word. Like, why are you fucking with me though? I'm like, I'm a grown ass man at the time. You know what I'm saying? He was younger. He's younger than me. So I'm like, all right. So I rode with his mixtape for like a week. Right. This we had to tape that. You know what I'm saying? I'm riding. I'm like, man. Every time I listen to it, I got madder. I'm like, yo, why are you doing this to me? You know what I'm saying? Like. And then I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna diss him. You know what I'm saying? And I did like a zillion mixtapes. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't personal because I ain't know him. You know what I'm saying? But I just like.
It kind of like a defense.
Yeah, cause I'm like, yo, I don't know this dude. He just shitted on me. You know what I'm saying? And then I like, and I think the worst thing you can call a man is a bitch or tell a man suck your dick. So it's like one of those two things. I'm like, yo, okay, I gotta say something because I look something like a sucker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, but it was never personal. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't know him, and I didn't meet him till. She was way after, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe we probably dissing each other for like a year before I even knew who he was, and I knew who he was because Bird.
Oh yeah, Bird.
Bird was like,
big shout out to Bird.
Yeah. And he was like, yeah, my man's coming for something. I think he was fucking with me one day, like, yeah, my man coming stepping on your neck or some shit. And I'm like, man, I was mad. Like, man, nah. So I was like, I'm gonna start doing I'm gonna rap on the mixtape. You know what I'm saying? I rapped on our intro, which is crazy. And cause I used to have like Haven, Jay Russell, my man Brandon, the whole bunch, Mickey, all the people used to just diss people. And I actually did an intro with Rest in Peace to Rays, with Rays and B Rhymes on the intro. And you probably don't even remember this shit over the Fiesta beat.
Oh man.
And I was like, yo, I'm a writer rap. And I can't rap. And I was like, I'm gonna write this shit. I was like, yo, nigga, that's dope. I'm like, I'm gonna say it though, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? And he just started doing the mixtapes, and they pretty much became more about us rapping than the actual songs on the mixtape.
Wow.
Just make a whole bunch of songs, you know what I'm saying? We just sit in my living room when I lived on Heron Lane.
So it kind of turned into like a collaboration type.
And we started doing this shit. We used to call it All Chiefs, No Indians. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, oh, nobody's a follower. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We do our own thing. You know what I'm saying? But we come together when we need to be. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. Well, like I said, man, when I spoke to him about it, man, I told him that was definitely a good marketing tool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we talk afterwards and shit.
Yeah, you can break yourself into the game, man.
It was smart. I just didn't get it at the time. You know what I'm saying? At the time, like, what the fuck? But once I look back at it, I'm like, shit, damn.
It was actually kind of beneficial because it took you in a whole nother...
Right. It made me write. It made me like, okay, I'm going to make crazy beats. Because at the time, I was making beats. This was like the 90s, I don't know, like 94s, 95, somewhere around there. Maybe between 95 and 90.
I was definitely going to get into when did the production come into part of it.
Yeah, I started because actually Mickey had an ASR 10 and he made this beat and it sounded like Havoc. So I'm like, damn, like, who the fuck made this? He's like, yo, I made this shit on this. I'm like, damn, I need to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I ain't gonna front. My youngest son's mom bought my first drum machine. She bought me an MPC 2000 XL. Cheese fry, I remember that shit. But I was like, didn't understand MIDI. So I'm like, how the fuck you ready? So I would play shit and just sample it in. Like that. But you only had 21.9 seconds of sample. Yeah, so like I would play that shit. And I started just like fuck it. I was like, yo, I know a lot of records. I'm just gonna sample. And then I end up getting I get an ASR 10 that had shit like that. Shit had 5 minutes of sampling. It was unlimited. So I'm like, oh, it's over. You know what I mean?
Yeah, once you took it there.
Killing shit. Like I did a lot of shit for people back in the day. A lot of people don't even know it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was gonna say because I've heard you on some production for a few songs from a few artists, and I was like, man,
people don't even know it. I don't tag my shit. You know, a lot of people like, you put your tag out there, which is cool, but I feel like I tag date you because and the reason I say that is because people are fickle. They can get tired of hearing your tag, you know, and they just kind of start tuning your beat out. You get old quick, you know what I'm saying? Like I can make a beat for a young nigga, I can make a beat for an old school nigga, and nobody know it. I've been doing it since the 90s and nobody knows it, you know what I'm saying? Like I just started September posting beats, you know what I'm saying? I've been making beats. It's like 20-something years, you know.
And the thing about it is, like I said, I know certain people knew, but a lot of people didn't. So when I started seeing you posting, it was like, yeah, you know what I mean, for a person like me, because you know what I mean, like I said, man, I'm definitely still a student as well. So to see that, man, it was like, okay, you know what I mean.
I learned a lot from young niggas, man. You know what I'm saying? I learned a lot from everybody. Like I pay attention, you know what I'm saying? Like a young nigga could tell me something, and I might not agree with it, but I'm gonna think why he said it, what made him think that way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what I do. And sometimes people hit me like, yo, I want to beat with this. I want to beat like this. Like, damn, I would never sample this, or I would never do this. But it takes me out of my element.
It's a challenge.
Yeah. So I like that shit, you know. I like to be creative and different, you know what I'm saying? Like, and before you came, I was talking to Cheese. I'm like, yo, I was playing around with these records earlier. Like, if I did this shit on the radio, I said 90% of niggas gonna be like, what the fuck is he playing? But that 10% could.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
but you gotta understand when it comes to music, it's only certain people that have a certain ear for it.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's certain people that have an ear for it, and there's certain people that have an enhanced ear for it.
Right.
You know what I mean? They take and depict and break each sound down. You know what I mean?
I've never had a music lesson in my life. You know what I'm saying? I never. I play melodies and shit, and people like, yo, you play that? I'm like, no, who the fuck you think like that? You know? Like, and they like, yo, how? Like, I don't know. I listen to music. I dissect. I hear little sounds in records. I've been playing records with people. Like, damn, you hear that noise in the back? They no, and I'm like, yo, listen to this. Oh shit, it is a little ting 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 in the back. Like, you hear that shit? And they're like, I hear it now because you said it, but I'm like, yo, I listen to records like that. And I think that's why I don't like a lot of records that people like. You know what I'm saying? Because people like the records that people play in the club, I don't care about no shit. You know, like I do it to get paid. To be honest, like, I would never play like I don't want to say no certain person, but it's like certain records I would never play if it wasn't for. The crowd wanting to hear it. Yeah. And I respect the people, so I'm a people person, so I'm gonna give the people what they want, but it's not.
So how do you feel about this generation's wave of hip hop, man? You know, it's a new sound, kind of redundant. It's kind of like the same.
Yeah, that's why I joked one day and I was like, I think I was telling Karan, I was like, yo, man, he said something about under me one beats, and I was like, man, trap beats are easy. I do them shit in my sleep. And I'm not dissing trap. It's just easy. You know what I'm saying? Like, how hard is it to go? And like, that shit is like nothing, but you don't really need a melody.
Yeah.
that shit just ding ding noises and shit. So I'm like, yo, I do that shit in my sleep. That's why I don't really like making trap records. I do them because it's what people want. It's not my preferred lane, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I don't have nothing against it. I don't have nothing against nobody making money. Shit, get it, you know what I'm saying? Shit, if I can slide in that shit and make some money, I'm gonna slide in and make it with them, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
It's not my preferred thing. I mean, I grew up in the 80s. Like, you know what I'm saying, early 90s, you know what I mean? So, you know, I grew up on totally different music, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I grew up on the Funky Floor Plus One, you know, funky, you know, like fucking like, you know what I'm saying, like Sugar Hill Records.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? The Enjoy record label, I don't know, a lot of young people don't know that, but there's a record label called Sound of New York, which has some crazy shit. That's the shit I grew up on, you know what I'm saying? So like, I respect everything though, you know what I'm saying? Like I never would shit on like the new shit. It's not totally me, and then I don't really connect with what they talking about. Yeah. Because we're from a different era. I get it though. I tell you, young nigga I fuck with though, Lil Baby.
Lil Baby. Yeah, he's definitely one of the top runners right now.
He's one of the few out of a lot of. He's one of the diamonds in the rough of all the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of niggas be like Migos and shit. You know?
Yeah.
I don't really like the Migos. I don't think they can rap. You know what I'm saying?
But see, we came from a era of lyricism. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like
Lil Baby can actually rap. It just he's in this era, you know.
Yes.
Like but he can actually rap. Yeah, he's one of the few like that. There's a couple of niggas I fuck with though. But he's one of my top ones.
Top ones right now. Definitely, man. But I mean, we got to look at it like this too. Like the generation before us didn't understand hip hop.
That's facts.
You know what I'm saying? So I guess, you know, with generation changes, you know, the music changes and, you know. But
even when like Sugar Hill Gang came up with their Rappers Alike, I remember them being on Soul Train. That's how old I am. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember that shit. You know what I'm saying? And I remember like at my grandma's house, grandma stayed in Herman, and she had a little TV in the kitchen because my grandma was in the church heavy, and she wouldn't let us watch it. So I'm like, we snuck in the kitchen and watched them on Soul Train, and it like changed my life. Yo, I'm like, this shit's hard. I'm like, yo, I didn't say hard then, but I was like, yo, this shit's dope and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I remember like, I said I gotta buy this record. And this is way before I was DJing. I didn't start DJing until 84. Well, 85 technically, because I got this equipment in 84. Christmas was 84. So anyway, and I remember going to Record and Tape World.
Record and Tape World. That's a legendary spot.
That's where I met Ron. Record and Tape World. Got there 12 inch and I was like, just play that shit over and over. And had a long ass version on one side, and had a short version on one side. I played that shit to death. And then I started buying it. It made me buy everything on Sugar Hill. Like Sequence, Andy Stone.
Yes.
On that shit. And Grandmaster Flash, Furious 5. The Funky 4 plus one more, which I talked about. That shit was just mind blowing, you know what I'm saying? And then my aunt, this is my godmom, she lived in Philly. And had this show called Street Beat. There's a woman named Lady B on there.
Yeah, I remember Street Beat.
I used to tape it. And it's that shit over and over. I would go there in the summer and just tape all that shit. Just come back. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck is these records playing? I was like, I gotta buy this record. And this before Shazam and all this shit. So I would go to a record store and just like, yo, you heard this? And that's when we had to do a tape recorder that like the school tape.
Yeah.
And I would just play it. I would take that little.
Like the kind of used to be in the school.
Yeah. And play that shit. Like, you got this? And then Ron was like, I went in there and then Ron was like a teenager himself. He might have been 13 at the time, 14. And he was like, you come here all the time buying records, man. How old are you? I'm like, 10. He's like, what do you do? I said, I DJ. He's like, you good? I said, I don't know. Like, I was like, come through our crib one day. He was like, I'm gonna come through one day. He didn't come for a while, and he ended up coming one day. And he was like, oh shit, damn, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, so you fuck with? He's like, hell yeah, and that's over, man.
Kicked off from there. Definitely, man. Well, you see that, you know what I mean? They say, you know, things change, but then things still stay the same. Like, it's a lot of producers now they flipping the R&B, the 90s, the 90s records now. You know
the funny thing is, most of these niggas think that shit is original. You know?
Yeah.
Like, it's not. Like, I mean, it depends on your age. I understand, you know, I'm good. I got kids, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I definitely understand. The younger generations is also different shit. Nothing wrong with it, but I understand it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. My kids are a little different because, shit, I remember one day I I was riding with my kids and they was playing Easy E.
Wow.
Like, oh, what the fuck are you thinking? What you know about that? They trying not to say the cuss words and shit. I was just more surprised they knew who the fuck he was. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay. I'm like, damn, maybe I did do something right.
Yeah, there's something. They got to listen to something. Yeah, but you know the social media thing, man. Nowadays, like it was an era when we came up where we didn't have that.
Nah, shit. I think Facebook started in like 2006 or 7 or something around there. Like I'm not even that big on that. You know what I'm saying? Like honestly, you never really see me post an opinion or I don't comment on people's shit. If you don't directly, like tell you or something, I'm not even responding to nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not that. I didn't grow up on it. You know what I'm saying? I think social media is kind of weird. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you your outtake on it, man, because it's a big influence.
I like it because you can get yourself out there, but I don't like it because I don't like people being personal on there. I don't think you should be personal on social media because like, it's for what? You know what I'm saying? Like nobody needs to know your business. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And people be in there. I just took a shit. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like,
they put a little too much out there.
Yeah, like I don't care what you ate last night. I don't care like you just took a shit or something. Like it's not me, but you know, teach his own. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
I'm not mad at it. Do what you do. It's not for me. You know what I'm saying? I use social media as a tool.
A marketing tool.
That's all it is.
Yes, definitely.
I'm not putting my personal business. You're not gonna know where I live from social media. You're not gonna know how much money I got from social media. You're not. Shit. Like, come on, I drive a fucking Civic. Let's keep it a beam. Do I have to? That's what I choose
to.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, I'm comfortable in my space. You know what I'm saying? I do what I want. You know what I'm saying? Like if I want to say something, I'll get this tomorrow. I can get that tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I'm blessed. You know what I'm saying? My grandma was so heavy in the church, and she taught me to appreciate things. You know what I'm saying?
She instilled certain values in you.
Like I don't have to be gaudy to be great. You know what I'm saying? Like you just gotta be you. And that's what I'm about. Like if I enjoy shit, if I wanted to rock Wranglers, I'm gonna rock them shits. I'm not going to. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm comfortable in me. You know what I'm saying? So
you don't let material things define you.
Nah, you know what I'm saying? Like at all. I'm gonna be honest with you, and it's probably the first time I ever said this. I'm gonna tell you a shoe I don't like, and you got them on. I don't like Jordans. Jordans. And people gonna probably, the fuck this nigga don't like Jordans? They fucking tired. I'm like, Jordan's been out since '84.
Yeah.
They keep coming up the same colors every year. Just like, why would I want to keep buying them? You know what I'm saying? Like, it was cool when I was in high school. Like, oh, you got Jordans on, you got Jordans on. Mind you, I was in high school in the '90s. No, shit, I'm lying. 80s, late 80s, early 90s. How many times can I buy the same shoe and be happy? Like, oh, I got these fresh. I had those shits 10 years ago.
Fresh.
15, yeah, like, there's nothing wrong with it. It's cool. It's just not my thing. You know what I'm saying? I do wear Jordans though.
You're saying Jordan, if you hear this, we're not knocking you.
No,
I like to get a shoe.
Yeah, shit. I wear Jordans. I'm just not a fan. I don't care about them.
Okay.
Like, I'm not gonna wait no line. I'm not gonna.
You're not what they call a hype beast.
Yeah, I'm not that nigga. Like I don't give a fuck. If I get them, I get them. I don't. I haven't bought a pair of Jordans since 2016. To be honest, you know what I'm saying. And I still could probably rock a different Jordan the rest of the year. But I don't buy them. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not my thing. You know what I'm saying? Teach his own. You know what I'm saying? You know my favorite shoe though? Air Max, man.
Air
97s, yo.
I was gonna say it's always an era. I was gonna ask you. You know, they got the 92, the 95, the 90.
97 and 98 on my shit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But nobody would know it. You know what I'm saying? But just be honest, they're my favorite shoes. Like if you fuck with shoes, man, 97s and 98s is classics. You know what I'm saying? And they got colors to go with
everything.
You know what I'm saying? You can rock them anywhere. Like a Jordan. They got a lot, but they all come in the basic 4 or 5 colors. Like, how many times can I wear a really black shoe? How many times can I wear a black and white shoe, or baby blue and white, or baby blue and black? You know what I mean? Like it's the same fucking colors.
Just a different change
of the ones to whatever. And I don't even think like after like probably 15, who really cares about Jordan? 14, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause he wasn't even playing when the other ones came out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
people focus on the retro ones, the ones when he was playing.
And to me, being older, if I'm a rocker Jordan, be a one. So from that era, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely. Well, we want to know what you got coming up next, man. What you working on, man? Like, you know what I mean? What you got in the works?
I got a few things. I can't talk about like production wise, but I do have. You hear some shit.
Okay.
You can hear some shit.
Some shit in the works.
Yeah, I want to talk about. I can't talk about. I got some records. Damn, I want to say it.
No, we don't want you put something out there. You know what I mean? If it can't be put out there.
You know, I want to. Bang. I got some. I'll put it like this. I'm trying to figure I can say it and not fuck myself. Let's say it's a company that's huge.
Mm-hmm.
You know, fucking with it right now.
Okay.
So I can say. And when they hear the record, they're like, this nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
That's I'll tell you off camera. You know, I don't want people like taking it away. T-Mon got this and then.
Nah, we ain't gonna put that out there.
I'm always working though. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And in my sleep, I dream work. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a worker. Like people like I remember this girl hit me one time at a party, and yo, let me get you back. I'm working. She's like, what? You work like? I need insurance. I need retirement. You know what I'm saying? People don't realize you can't retire from DJing.
No.
There's no retirement plan for that shit. If you get retired from that, you got to put the money in your shit yourself. I work. You know what I'm saying? I work at the fucking Board of Ed. I have a job. You know what I'm saying? But I have a job to better my future. You know what I'm saying? So even if I don't do shit with music, I have a check.
Something reassurance.
Exactly. That's all it is. That's all it is. A lot of people don't get that shit because when I was young, I didn't work. Like I would work like this jobs I went in and worked like 4 hours. Like, y'all see you have to break. Like shit. You know, we're balanced. You know what I'm saying? Like, the longest job I ever had was outside the job I got now. Dub Point. You know what I'm saying? I worked at Dub Point for like 3 years. And I worked there for a reason. A lot of people don't know it. I was on probation. Had to get a job. You know what I'm saying? People know that. I remember when the day was up and they were like, you quitting the day, and shit. I quit that day.
It's over.
So, yeah. Like, because we working in houses. I was a house counselor. So I worked in that job. I remember the other girl, the house counselor with me. She's like, yeah, you quitting. I'm out. Nigga, I did this shit for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything is for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Like,
make everything count for something.
Yeah. Like, anything you do, like, if you want to be a DJ, do it for a reason. Don't do it till you think that, get some easy cash, get a couple of chicks, get some easy money. You gotta love it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a love sport. You gotta realize people don't see the download. They don't see the crate organizing. You know what I'm saying? They don't see, like, you sitting there for hours sweating, trying to come up with some shit, like some blends or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
looking up equipment. You know what I mean?
And then, it's cheaper now. So, like, I feel like everybody got a laptop. You buy yourself a $200 controller, $300. You call yourself a DJ. Not. You can do parties and shit. Like, I heard people say, "Oh, Homeboy's rocking." I'm like, let me check this nigga out. That nigga just played the right records
at the right time.
Yeah, he wasn't rocking though. You know what I'm saying? Like anybody can play the right records. I can sit there and make a folder of all the hits. Just play that shit. I choose not to because I feel like I want you to understand. I'm giving you a story with my shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want you to see. Like, I'm not these other niggas. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm not knocking my niggas. Get paid. It's not me. You know what I'm saying? And then I feel like I'm way better than these other niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm not gonna dumb myself down
to be on that level.
I feel like if I gotta dumb myself down to be there and not play, fuck it, I'm done. I got a job. I'm good. As long as I got roof over my head, food in my stomach, my mom's happy, kids is good, they grown now, so fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I gotta do shit. I sit in this motherfucker all day and be straight. I'm not dumbing myself down though. And a lot of niggas, I don't want to say they trash, but they trash.
I mean, hey, just keep it real. Like this is your opinion. That's how you feel.
Yeah, I just think like people give the wrong people the light. You know what I'm saying? Like some people, I don't know how to say it. They just
like to me. I'm not cutting you off, Tavonne, but to me, one thing that's lost in this game, and I want to put this out there to see if you agree, the blend game.
Oh yeah, it's over. Niggas just slam right.
Cheese. My fault, everybody. I had to clear my throat on that one. I thought I threw a dart out there to somebody.
They just slamming shit, man. They just slamming shit. Which is this is cool. I don't knock you shit. You know what I'm saying? It's not me. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't leave a party like, yeah, I killed that shit and just slam records. And be like, nigga, like, you rocked it. I'm like, thank you, but no, I didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody had bad nights. Yes. I've done nights where I was like, fuck it. Boom. Boom. Sometimes I go straight from work to the club. and I'm not happy with my performance, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. I mean, people rock with what they rock with. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't knock it though. I hang with a lot of young niggas that DJ, you know what I'm saying? Even like straight up, I met a nigga who's like 15, something like 16, you know what I mean? Yeah. Dope individual. The things he was doing at the time that he does now, my man, I wouldn't do some of this shit. He's on that young man, you know what I'm saying? So he's running his wave. From a different era, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like these dudes, you know what I'm saying? Like, they born in the 90s and shit, and I'm not supposed to understand everything they're doing, you know what I'm saying? I can be like, damn, that shit dope, or like, I don't know about that. I'm not supposed to totally agree with it because I was born in the fucking 70s. So like, I'm not supposed to get it, you know what I'm saying? So, but I understand it, you know what I'm saying? So I just like, I big them up, you know what I'm saying? Definitely. You know what I'm saying? Like, only niggas that I really rock with that's my age, real heavy, is probably Cheese and R. You know what I'm saying? We're all around the same age, you know what I'm saying? That's it. Like, the young niggas, I have like a lot of respect for them, like Karan, J-Town, niggas like J-Town, my nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, big shout out. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But we not gonna be on the same wave because we not from the same era, you know what I'm saying? Musically, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, definitely. Yes. But personally, yeah, they're my niggas, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna agree with everything, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, then, like, okay, do what you do. I wouldn't do it. Or I'm like, okay. Or some chances they might not take. I'm like, damn, I'll take that chance.
Your approach might be different.
Yeah, exactly. Because you was just fucking like 30 and 26 and 20, you know what I mean? Like, oh, damn, they want to be their dad, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm not gonna agree with it, you know what I'm saying? But I like a lot of niggas hustle, you know what I'm saying? A lot of niggas got a serious hustle, you know what I'm saying? Like, and they hungry, like, they was like, yo, what you doing today? Nothing. Coming through. Turntable. Work, you know what I'm saying?
Practice and putting in work.
I'm like, damn, I don't even want to touch them that much, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, god damn, you know what I'm saying? But the hustle is what gets people. Like, a lot of times it's not even skill no more. It's hustle, you know what I'm saying? A lot of niggas don't got.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you about that. How do you know what I mean? Because I've noticed over the years, to me, it seems like the politics and like you said, the business part of it is kind of taken away from the skill. Like, one point, we had to be on, when you was on them turntables,
they'd be on point.
And you live, that needle skips.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's none of that. Like, now it's kind of, you know, how you feel?
I think DJing right now is not even 5% business. You know what I'm saying? 5% skill. You don't really need to be that great to be a great DJ, if that makes sense. I mean, I don't want to shit on certain people, but like, people like Envy. Respect him because the only reason I hear him a lot because we're on the same station.
Yes.
Is he really that skillful? Not at all. His hustle's great.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? He knew the right people. He got the right space. That's all it's about. You gotta have a great hustle, like. But I think to go somewhat far, you gotta have some skill. Yeah, like, because you don't get so far. You know what I'm saying? And these niggas can never be tour DJs for like, because unless they just hitting like instant replay, you know, them little boxes they have, or just playing tracks. But to show out, like, you know, like Scratch used to DJ for Busta Rhymes. He never had an intermission because he was nice. These niggas are not nice. They just hustle. You know what I mean? Like, it's a hustle. I want to be, personally, I want to be in that middle of that shit. I want to have that hustle and I want to have that skill. You know what I'm saying? So if I get put in such situations, I can, they like, yo, Tay, I need you to scratch on this.
No problem.
Tay, I need you to make this hook. Give me 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so basically, like a triple threat.
Yeah, I want to be everywhere. You know what I'm saying? I have a lot of like fucking hooks and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, because people don't realize when you make a beat, you make beats.
Yes.
You ever sit there and like, this
it's like the beat is talking to you.
Yeah, exactly.
It's telling you what it wants to say.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you hear like an old sample, and that shit just saying something like, damn, I already got the hook. And then some rappers would be like, yo, tell you, what would you say on this? I don't want to fuck the version of it.
Yeah, of the song. It's,
yeah, so they're like, I don't like, no. Do what you do, and I'll tell you if I like it or not.
After you get done with it, or be like, this is what I thought. You know what I mean?
Right. But do what you do first. What's your first impressions of that shit? And then I'll tell you, like, okay, I don't like that shit. You know what I'm saying? Or, yeah, that shit was alright, but I would have did this.
Yeah.
Unless unless I think it's super dope, then I'm like, okay, yeah, shit, you hit it.
Right on the nose.
Yeah. Which is sad to say.
Right.
But like, but we come from a non-rapping era too.
Yes.
And I'm not big on like I mean, shitting on people, but I'm not big on the singy rap shit. You know.
Oh, the P&B rock, the melody raps.
Which is it's cool in some places, but don't fit everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, and people do it on every record, like an A Boogie or something. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's cool on some records, but do you really want to listen to a whole album of that shit?
Yeah, true.
You know what I'm saying? Or do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a fan of it. Like, I think that's why Fetty Wap people last that long. It's cool for a couple records, but like, nigga rap on one of them.
Yeah.
Do something different. Tell me something different. Like, the same thing is about. If your whole concept of life is about money, bitches, and cars and clothes, how many times can I listen to you? It's gonna get old. Tell me something about your life. What do you go through? What do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I think Little Baby, he flourishes because he talks different.
Yeah.
He says that shit, but he says
other
shit.
stuff too.
Yeah. He's gonna flourish. You know what I'm saying? Like,
a mixture of both.
Yeah, that's why niggas last long. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about it right now. Migos even had an album in when that fucking shit Culture 2 came out. Like, 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, it's about
Are you missing them?
No.
That's what. Because they had nothing to talk about. You got like, if Public Enemy, like when I was growing up, like Public Enemy or KRS-One came out. Damn, they had a record in a minute. You think about it, like now you're thinking like, damn, they had a record in a minute, but do you care? Not really. It's a zillion niggas sound just like
them.
They're not special.
They didn't do a lot to set them apart.
Right. And not saying taking up from them, because they like the pop shit record. It's on. Is it on Culture 2? Yeah, pop shit. You know, that record hard. Probably one of the hardest records they ever did. Not a record that blew. Hard as shit. Big was saying some shit on that record. But a lot of people listen to music differently. But you know who else I think is hard? I don't really think he's the greatest rapper though. Dirk.
Little Dirk.
Dirk's hard. He's not the greatest rapper though. Hard though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think who else? I'm gonna be honest. Like Dirk is one of the ones. I think Drake is dope. Everybody thinks Drake's dope, but
a lot of people had their opinions about Drake.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of his shit, but I think he's dope. I don't like his records, like a lot of his records, because I think they're too middle of the road. Like he wants to go, like he wants to go somewhere, and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna stay right here. This is gonna get me the money, which is cool, making money. But I'm not. I think he's dope though, but he's not my favorite. Like I'm not gonna ride around the Drake album. You know what I'm saying? Like being honest, like
no problem. Yeah, but
it's my mom, my fault.
No, that's no big deal.
But as far as like new shit though, like I like a lot of what the girls are doing. Like right now, we got a lot of girls that's killing it right now. I think they all talk about the same shit, but I like the momentum that they like.
Yeah, it's a force.
Yeah, they
right
coming
now.
in heavy like Erica Banks and Megan and the Tokyo
Mulatto.
Mulatto dope. She's ill. Actually, she don't have great records though. She's dope. Like her, you ever listen to her album? What's it called? Queen in the South or some shit.
Yeah.
She's lyrically dope, but her album's like, like sound like.
I think she's trying to fit into that lane of where.
I think she's a better writer than that. You know what I'm saying? Like she's dope. Like she's probably one of the better. You know what I'm saying? Out of the females right now, I think Megan's probably the biggest. But I think Mulatto is doper lyrically. You know what I'm saying? But I like what Megan's doing though. You know what I'm saying? I like I'm trying to think like it's crazy. You know I never was a fan of. Nah, this gonna fuck niggas up too. I was never a Nicki fan.
I thought I was the only one. It was just.
Nicki fan, I think she can rap though, but I'm never a fan of her. She reminded me of like Lil Kim. You know what I'm saying? I think where I grew up with.
I thought she would hit on people's features, like you know what I mean.
I was never a fan. I think.
But there are some lyrical females still out here in the game, I mean, like
Remy and shit, but
and the girl from Carolina.
Oh yeah, Rhapsody.
Yeah, Rhapsody.
Yeah, she dope. But they don't make the record stuff. You know what I'm saying? They lyrically dope, but you gotta have like people people don't understand. You gotta have a complete record.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just be lyrically dope and you beat people. You need the package. You know what I'm saying? Like Rhapsody's dope as shit though.
Imagine her with some different production or different.
She only do Ninth Wonder, I think, for shit. And Ninth Wonder's dope. Man. He did
definitely.
Child Girl shit. He did the Threats, the Jay-Z record.
Mm-hmm.
He dope, but you can't do every song like that. You know what I'm saying? You need that. I think she needs a single.
Mm.
And she did the Feeny record. And she did the Tupac Mom record. It's a dope record, but it wasn't. Was it really a single? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think you gotta think.
Marketable.
One single, you know what I'm saying? Like she's so hard, like Rage, for example. She never really dropped it. Did she drop an album? I don't think she dropped an album. But she had bangers. She had like the Afro Puss record. She had the one with Tamir did damn, I forgot the name of the record. But Tamir produced it. But she went outside of Dre. You know what I'm saying? And she had like 3 records. Afro Puff. I can't remember the name of the record right now, but she had 3 records that was hitting. I actually played one this week on the Old School Mix.
Mm-hmm.
What was it last week? The shit run together, but it was recently. She's ill.
Yeah.
She was at the wrong label. She was the right girl, right time, wrong label.
Yeah.
That road was fucked up. But but I'm gonna start getting off of the other shit and get some personal shit. What you want to know? I'm talking about other people's shit. I'm talking local shit. I mean, I want to talk some local shit.
Yeah, definitely, man. How do you feel about the you know what I mean, as far as the party scene, the club scene, the music scene on the shore, man? Like, it's not a lot of unity.
Well, the club scene, I will say, the club scene is pretty much dead.
Code, yeah.
Yeah, it's dead. Like it's dead. You know what I mean? Like we have no clubs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like you think about Salisbury, you got BLW, somewhat the Brew.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much it. Everything is a bar.
Mm-hmm.
You know, these Monkey Bear with Green Turtle and all these little whatever. I don't know these places because I don't go to them. But Market Street, all these little big bars. They fix the shit's tiny. But music scene, I think of some niggas that can rap.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of people they need to re-record a lot of their stuff. Like they send you a record and like, yo, you think that shit hot? Re-record it though, because I can't. If I try to mix your record with a Jay-Z record or something,
The sound quality
sounds terrible. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand. Like everything is done in beer rooms. Even these big records are done in beer rooms. It's just about how you mix them.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of people don't take time. They just so rusty. Like I want people to hear this, or I want to put this out. Let that nigga take a week to sit with your record and mix it. You know what I'm saying? People don't want to do that, you know. Because there's people hit me all the time. Like, can you get this record played? You can get a record like that. Probably not. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that the record not dope. It just sound like shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, where the fuck you record this shit at? Like, people don't understand. Like your sound quality is just as important as what you saying on your record, or the beat, or the song in general. You gotta sound good. I shouldn't have to play your shit and turn the highs up, turn the bass back. If I gotta do all that shit, I'm not playing it. You know what I'm saying? Cause first of all, I'm drunk when I get drunk. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna sit there and fucking with no EQ and play the record. I get fucked up when I'm mixing, cause I don't like mixing sober. Cause I just don't know why. But I gotta be lit a little bit. So I'm not gonna sit there and do all that knob, tweaking and shit. So I forget to turn it back when I play a regular record.
Yeah.
I do it on the radio, but I don't do any mix on the radio. Now, I will fuck with it a little bit on the radio. But in a club, I'm not playing that. You play my shit, man. It is dope, but I don't. This shit got sound like, you know, like the same, all tweeters and shit. You know?
Oh no.
Or it's like all. You can't even hear the song, you know. You gotta fuck with the EQ.
Yeah, it's definitely the mix down is definitely important, man.
Super important.
Definitely important.
It's more important than your fucking lyrics for real, because a DJ is gonna listen to your record before they hear a word. Fuck, it sound like shit, and cut it off. It's gotta sound great, you know what I'm saying? Like either or halfway decent. Now there's some fucked up records that blew, but those is because they got like TikTok shit, you know, that shit like the fucking
challenges and stuff to go along
so
with.
They sound like shit, but you have to play those. You don't have to play your record, you know what I'm saying? So it's gotta sound good. You gotta make us like, damn, I wanna play this record, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm mixing, I'm just flowing. So if your record don't come in my flow, then like I can't play it. Cause it's gotta be in my mind. Like, oh, I wanna play this shit. This shit hot. I'm gonna figure out a way to mix that motherfucker in there.
Put it in.
Yeah, but this shit sound like shit. It's out of my mind before I even get on the turntable. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's a lot of times people. I think they got shitty records. You know what I'm saying? Like just sounding records. You know what I'm saying? Like shitty sounding records. I just wish sometimes like people would like record a record. Go to your DJ. Play it for them.
That's another element that I feel as though is missing that they had back in our era coming up. The artists would actually interact with the DJs.
Go to the nigga. Play it. What would you change? The sound right. A lot of these records have air in them and shit. Like, fuck, where the air come from? You got the fan on when you're doing it? And they sit there and play it. Like, I've had people come to me and play records. And they're like, yo, this shit hard, you know? Like, it's alright. Re-record it. And they look at me like, why? It's already perfect. I'm like, you don't hear that shit? It's like, or this shit is distorted, or the vocals are too low, or the vocals are too loud, because they was like, I want people to hear what I'm saying, so they got the vocals really too loud. It's gotta sit. It's a pocket, you know, that everything gotta sit in. And they don't understand it. Or they had the auto-tune on 100, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, why? Why you got so much auto-tune in this shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit down, the T-Pain days is over, you know what I'm saying? Like, turn that shit the fuck down. Like, Lil Wayne don't even rap like that much, you know what I'm saying? Like, and they don't get it, or you tell them that shit, they get an attitude, like, fuck that nigga. Like, yeah, I don't give a fuck, fuck me too, shit. Like,
Can't take criticism.
That's why I don't give people honest opinions. Like, people hit me all the time, or they send a record to my DM, or whatever. Like, you fuck with this? Like, yeah, it's cool. That's all I'm saying. I probably never heard it. The reason being, because I can't be honest with you, because you're going to take a good attitude. You know what I'm saying? If I fuck with you, then I'm going to say, yeah, nigga, nah, this is it. If I don't know you, it's cool. Yeah. So, like, for all you people who want to send me records in my DM, don't do it, because I'm not going to be honest with you. And people do it every day. I'm not going to be honest with you, because I don't think you can take it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got time for the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I got my mind care, you know, worry about and all that shit. I ain't got time for that fuck shit. Keep that shit over there. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want me to, you know, if you want my honest opinion, you can be a man about my honest opinion, I'll give you my honest opinion. But you don't come to me like, oh, that nigga hating. I have no reason to hate. I'm gonna hate for it. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's for your opinion at the end of the day.
If I had people say, oh, he's hating on my shit, you don't play my shit, they want to. Why? It's not hurting me not to play your shit. I want to play your shit. Make a better record. You know what I'm saying? I want to. Like, I would love to just to get on radio and play all Eastern Shore
music.
I can't though. They don't got the records. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know they like I don't want to get on that, but they doing this Eastern Shore versus everybody shit.
Yeah.
You know, cool shit. You know how many records we went through? And then some of the records, I'm like, yo, your homeboys gotta start telling you the truth. Like, some of these records are a waste. Like, why are we listening to this shit? Like, like if the Cheese, my nigga Cheese did a mix, I'm like, I don't know about that nigga. Like, oh, word. We gonna fix it up. And he was like, yo, Tay, I don't know, nigga, you was fucking up. Like, bet. Let me fix it up. I'm not gonna say that like, well, fuck you, nigga. Niggas get attitude, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, my man, he's supposed to make sure I'm straight.
Yeah,
I'm supposed to make sure he good, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna sit there and say, yo, yeah, you was rocking. You was terrible.
The whole time.
But they got too many people like, yeah, that shit was dope.
Too many yes men.
Yeah, like, stop being your homeboy's yes man. Tell that nigga the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody not a rapper neither, you know what I'm saying? Like, and everybody not a producer, everybody's not a DJ. Tell that nigga, you got a homeboy like, oh, you DJ for my party for $100. Yo, get that nigga. You hear him like, tell that nigga stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop fucking playing with this dude. Tell him go home, practice for a year or two, come back and see how he is then. Like, stop. Up with these niggas, like, everybody's not, you know, everybody's not a fashion designer. Everybody, you know, everybody can't drive a truck.
Yeah.
It's not for everybody. People trying to get in fields, they not, you know, it's not for them, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's because they see it.
Or they think, oh, I can make some money off this shit. Everything is not for you, you know what I'm saying? Like, me playing basketball. not for me. It's cool. I know that shit. I'm not gonna sit there and try to make Kobe. No, nigga, not me. Tell people the truth, man. Like, you fucking up. Tell that nigga like you fucking up, my nigga. I said, I've had people like I remember when I really first started DJing. The first time I was in the VFW, and this was lady like that was like 19. Playing there. My man West. So funny. Like, you good? That shit was terrible. I was like, what you mean? He's like, yo, what the fuck? He's like, oh, ladies in here, you playing fucking Mobb Deep. I'm like, I didn't read the crowd.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn. I did get mad at first, because I'm not gonna front. I was like, man, this nigga don't know what you're talking about. This is shit we rock to. I got home. I thought about like, I'll make a setup. Play nothing but the bangers for the ladies. I was like, just going through records. And it was his records. So I was like, yo, hit him like, can I move your records around? He's like, I don't give a fuck. As long as you good on it. Came back next week, killed it. He like, yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. But that made me go back and practice, you know what I'm saying? For him telling me I suck, you know what I'm saying? That's what people can't understand. They don't want to, they think they dope. Sometimes a nigga gotta tell you suck to be dope. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of niggas can't take it. Like, everybody's fucking sensitive, you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas are too sensitive, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're in a fucking super sensitive era. Like, everybody's on this fucking Mr. Potato Head is called Potato Head now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Fucking sensitive. Like, stop being so fucking sensitive. Like, yo,
take the criticism and build
nigga,
from
like, if I'm doing something fucked up, as a man, they tell you, that shit was fucked up. Let me think about it. Let me okay, damn, I did fuck up. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that sensitive nigga, you know what I'm saying? How even people are sensitive. Like, you sit there and say, hey, you know, like a nigga play a record for you, like, and you want to cut it off so bad, you know what I'm saying? Sitting there like with your hand on the mouse to cut it off. And he's in there like, oh shit. What you think? And I know I can say it's alright, because I know he's sensitive. It's alright. And they go like, yeah, they want to say that shit was jumping. No, nigga, I said it was alright. It was alright. That shit was jumping.
They took it around with it.
Yeah, like I said, it's alright because I couldn't tell you it sucked, you know, because I know you're a sensitive nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, people are fucking sensitive. Like, just be 100 with me, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't fuck with something I'm doing. You say, nigga, I don't fuck with this. My nigga, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate that more than somebody like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, yeah, you doing this, you doing that. Like, don't do that. Think like you do this because you can get on the radio or something. Or you gotta, like, kiss them. Nah, like, if it suck, it suck. You know what I'm saying? Everybody do fuck that shit. Everybody have their days. I have fucked their days. I go to the club sometimes. I'm barely staying away. I'm in that bitch yarning. I'm probably gonna fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Just be like, yeah, nigga, you just fucking up. Right. I was. You notice it? Thank you. Cause some people act like you ain't fuck up. It's just, I don't know. This is me. I just like somebody to be honest with me, you know what I'm saying? I'm from an honest era, you know what I'm saying? Like, if somebody gonna take your shit, they gonna, hey, I'm gonna take your shit. They gonna tell you gonna take your shit. It's honest, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Even though they doing some fucked up shit, but
they didn't sugarcoat it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, nowadays niggas gotta watch how they talk to a person. You know, like, it's just weird. Like, I feel like as people, we should be able to be 100 with each other and not take offense to it. You know what I'm saying? Cause niggas take super offense to like anything somebody says. And I feel like, yo, that's why I like really was impressed to like deal with niggas. Like, I don't want to like deal with a lot of rappers. I don't want to deal with a lot of people because I feel like they sensitive. If I sit there and like, yo, their records, I go back and do it. They like, fuck that nigga. Why I gotta be fucking? Like, think about why I said it. I could be wrong. It's just my opinion. Yeah. But think about why I said it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because people told me not to do shit, but the shit they told me not to do got me mad. But I thought about it. I said, like, why you tell me not to do this? Because I mean, I used to run records fast. Like, I play like 2 seconds of a record out of that shit. But like, they remember me from running them records like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you know, and people didn't agree with it. You know what I'm saying? Especially the old motherfuckers. Like, why you cut it off so soon? Right. You know what I mean? I still get it. And I feel like I don't even play my records that fast no more. This niggas play their records way faster than me. And they like, yo, why you cut this off? Why you cut this off? Like, this shit is whack. It's only this part of the record is dope. Like, people only waiting for certain parts of the record. Like, when you play Before I Let Go, do you really care about the verses? You want it?
Yeah, you want that breakdown.
Yeah, like nobody cares about that shit. The fucking record been playing that record since the 80s. Nobody cares about that shit. It's playing them right parts of the record. You know what I'm saying? So I realized like, okay, I'm only gonna play engine. No, I'm gotta play the whole fucking record. Nobody cares about the whole record. Nobody cares about like EPMD. So what you're saying? You think the beginning, just when they beat. Nobody cares about it, but the verses are like the record's dope, but nobody cares about it. Yeah. You want to play those.
So bank the best parts.
Yeah, you want people that every time you drop a record, like, oh shit, oh damn, oh fuck, I forgot about that. Damn, you hear that? That's what you want. You know what I'm saying? It's not the same though, because these records are fucking. First of all, these records are only 2 minutes.
Yeah.
You know? So you gotta play the whole record. It's like fucking, they snippets. Then. And then they ain't really saying shit. The whole record is the same thing over and over. Be honest, like Cardi B, for example, the Up record. This shit is kind of dope. Do you really need to hear a whole record of that shit? You gotta hear Up, and it's Up, and it's repeated the whole fucking, like, her hook is so monotonous that it's like, you hit a hook once, get the fuck out of that shit. Unless the girls are really jamming on that shit, you slide that fade over that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody cares about like this, the same old same. You know, like, the records are so repetitious. You know what I'm saying? And they were repetitious back in the day too. But they had so much to offer. They had intro, had a verse, then they might have a bridge or something. Then they had another like semi-bridge or some shit, and then they had like shit where they just the drummer got fucked up. So low. Then they had another verse. You know, man, you had so many parts in the record. The record now is just hook, verse, hook, done. So you like, and they saying the same thing in every. Like you supposed to stay on the same mindset on the record.
Topic.
Yeah, but they just kind of saying the same thing differently. You know
in the second verse.
Yeah, like, I don't really need to hear that shit. It's the same thing. It's about. It's just boring. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how to say it, and I'm not drinking water, so. You like this nigga getting tripping on drinking water, but I like Cardi B though. I remember like telling this girl, I'm not gonna say who the person was, but when Cardi B way before she blew up, and I seen her on Instagram, I'm like, yo, who the fuck is this girl? And she's like, oh, I think she's on Love and Hip Hop. I don't watch that kind of shit. I'm like, yo, this girl's a star. I remember telling the girl, and then like she dropped a mixtape or something. The girl like, yo, you said it. I'm like, I seen it in her. And I'm like, I didn't know she rapped or nothing at the time. I just like, yo, this girl's a star. She was tripping.
She looked marketable.
She was funny, you know what I'm saying? Like, I seen her, it was an Instagram video, and I was like rolling. I'm like, yo, this girl is fucking funny. I said, the girl's a star. And she like, and the girl was like, yo, she's on Love and Hip Hop. Like, oh, for real? She's like, yeah, you never seen her? Like, I don't watch that shit. What the fuck I'm watch Love and Hip Hop for? And then she dropped, can't remember which mixtape it is.
I know it's when you're talking about the one where I think it's got like Forever on it.
Yeah, it was the first one. Then I think Bodak Yellow was on the second one. Yeah, so that, and she had like a reggae record on the first one. Baby Grind for Me or something like that. Was that the first one? I think so. Second one? Yeah, I can't remember. It's so long ago though. It's like 2017ish or something. And I heard that record. I'm like, oh damn, she might got something. You know what I mean? I was like, yo, this girl dope. And nobody ever played that record. I thought that record should have been a single. That shit was hard, you know.
They looked over it.
Way, because I think right after that, Bodak Yellow came out and kind of just.
They boosted her up.
Yeah, overtook the records that was on the mixtape. You know what I'm saying? But I thought she was dope. You know what I'm saying? Do I think she's the greatest rapper? No, because I think the nigga Patterson Fontaine write her shit. You know what I'm saying? But she sounds just like him. Yeah. And then he got credits on her shit. So like,
put two and two together.
Yeah, he write that shit. You know what I'm saying? But she's dope. You know what I'm saying? Like Lil Kim, he write Queen Bitch, and I thought that was one of the hardest records in the world. When I was, in the 90s, like this 96 or something like that, when it came out. And this like the Piper picked him and Biggie fucked him. I'm like,
in this hip hop game, man.
Biggie version. Yeah. Oh, this bitch ain't write that shit. You know what I'm saying? I actually have the Biggie version. I was like, I said, that's probably it was one of my fondest moments of DJing and meeting him. I never met Tupac, but I met Biggie, and we sat and ate. This nigga had a bucket of Kentucky Fried Chicken. He was getting high. And this, and people don't, if you're in the UMS back in 93, 94, then homecoming, this when homecoming was at Civic Center. Biggie King. And we were sitting backstage, he eat this shit, he was getting high. He was like, yo, nigga, you smoke? I'm like, nah, I'm good. If you want some chicken? I'm like, nah, I'm good. This nigga started telling jokes. I said, like, Wes was there, you remember the chief? Oh, yeah, we had to ask Wes about that shit. But this nigga was the funniest motherfucker in the world. Not knowing he was gonna be the biggie, he was gonna be. At the time, I don't even think Ready to Die came out. I think he just had Juicy and a couple like freestyles or something. You know,
party and bullshit there.
Yeah, that was, it was before that. The party and bullshit was way before that. But this was Juicy was out at the time, and I'm like, this nigga's funny as shit. I'm like, yo, this nigga's cool. Not realizing
who he was gonna be.
Yeah, he was cool as shit. Cause C's was there, all niggas, they was tripping. They was all like. They didn't treat you like, nigga, get the fuck out of here. He was like, sit backstage and they were smoking. And I was just like, I didn't eat or nothing. I was just like, damn, these niggas is cool as shit. They funny as fuck. And then I remember, I think his DJ at the time was Clark Kent. And he was like, man, Clark Kent running late. Can you do me and my bitch for me? And I was like, never heard the song. He's like, it's just computer love. Just every 4 bars or 8 bars scratch. Dude, I'm like, oh yeah, I can do that for you. I wish I videotaped that shit. I'm like, DJ for big, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
It was the coolest nigga in the world. Like, that nigga was funny as fuck. And he was sitting there tripping. And when I did it, he was like, yo, here's my new album gonna come out. Gave me all these promo copies. He's like, yo, it's instrumentals on this one. Nobody ain't got these yet. And I'm like,
yeah, he gave you a good look for that.
I didn't think he was gonna be who he was at the time. Looking like, yeah, so what? Put the records in my shit. Kept moving. And then Ready to Die came out. I was like, this nigga shit is hard. I'm like, I got instrumentals of all this shit. I'm like, damn. And then realized, I was like, if I knew that then, I would have been on Willie Network. And I kind of just like, I'm good, yo. And just chilling, you know what I'm saying? Just asking about the computer lab record. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I can scratch that for you. And kind of just, that was it. I just was drinking, you know what I mean? Yeah. Sipping. And he's like, yeah, I'm coming out, I'm gonna do this and do this and do this. And then when I got halfway through the set, Clark Kent finally came. I'm like, oh, bet. I'm like, thank you. You know what I'm saying? Because at the time, I didn't realize what I was
doing at the time.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I knew it was going to be big, I was like, yo, nigga, somebody got videotape this shit.
Yeah, right.
I think I got a picture, but it's a Polaroid. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I know who got a lot of pictures. I think Merv probably still got it. Merv, like, because we went to this Fat Farm party one time. And like, a lot of people in that shit. And I got to get up with Merv and get the pictures. It was like Kamara Lee and all them, you know. A lot of pictures in that shit. I think that's the first time I met Luther Kim in that party. Mary was there. There's a few people there, and that shit was fun. And they gave us free clothes. At that time, Fat Farm was like
the top, yeah.
But they did give us shoes, and we was laughing at the shoes because they were like fake shell toes and shit. Like, I'm not wearing this shit. You know what I mean? But the clothes, like, that shit was crazy. My man Bum was there too. You know what I'm saying? We used to go all the time in New York. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was in New York every other weekend. You know what I'm saying? So, for like 7 years, yeah, I went to DC, Baltimore one weekend, Philly, and New York.
The next.
Yeah, and I did that shit for like 7 years. Man. That's why like, I was getting all the records. So like, people were like, yo, we get this shit, we get this. I'm like, and then that's